Hey, it's me. And the game that I've been playing for a while is called Heroes of the Storm. Heroes of the Storm is a alpha. It's in alpha, and it's a invitational only by Blizzard. And you have to apply to be part of the alpha. And I got in about 2 weeks ago, and I've been testing the game out, reporting the bugs, and now I'd like to bring or pay tribute to the game by recording one match on each of their 4 maps that Blizzard has provided with the alpha. And the gamer snack of today is Cheeto Puffs, and the drink of today is Mountain Dew. So, I'll see you out there. Welcome. This is the first game I'm going to be doing. We're going to be doing on the Cursed Hollows, and with my friends Reg and Book. And the character I'm playing is Tychus, who, if you guys are familiar with the StarCraft series, Blizzard has taken this entire MOBA and they've smashed characters and heroes from their 3 main games, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, and Diablo, and put them in a huge-ass MOBA. And Tychus is from StarCraft 2, and he was a friend of James Rayner, I believe. And without any spoilers, he's basically a scumbag. So,
Choose a talent.
Sure thing.
Greg, do you want me to go with you?
Yeah, it's fine. Let's do that.
Alright. Gonna need to probably turn down the
Prepare
sound a little bit.
yourself for battle, heroes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn down the volume. Alright, there we go.
Whatever it takes. Let's go top.
The battle
Okay, so Book is gonna take mid. So the meta for this game has not really been decided yet, but there are some things that are standard that some people who have played League or Dota are familiar with that supports with ranged carries. It still is a rather strong meta, but there are things that do counter it fairly easily. I could fuck her up pretty good if you want to keep going. That actually worked out in our favor. So the strategy that I'm going for here is particularly with this map because tributes spawn, which you collect, and once you collect 3 of them, their entire team is cursed, as well as their buildings or their structures, and their structures don't do damage to you, and they take additional damage, and their minions also only have 1 health. So the strategy I try to go for, good job, Reg, but the strategy I try to go for on this map particularly, is push them off the lane, make them low, and when the tribute is spawned, they'll be too low to necessarily fight the entire tribute, giving us leeway to... Shut up, phone! I'm making a recording. Reg, what was I saying?
I have no idea.
Fuck you, Reg. Not helping me whatsoever. Oh, something about pushing them off lane, right?
Yep.
Alright, so, yeah, you push them off lane, go for the tribute, and make the fight less bloody. Especially for a team that has main carries and not as many tanks. Actually, no, we have 2 tanks, don't we? Okay. Oh yeah, so how this game works is, unlike League, but similar to Dota, but taking the League aspect of the leveling up,
What's this?
your moves have certain talents and glyphs. And you can also just do basic things, like the one that I just picked, which is a which was empowering the basic attack. So every third attack that I do on Tychus, the
Gathered
third one will do additional damage to them. And I can show it to you guys right here. This is the talent tree. And this is me getting distracted and not helping my teammate. I'm pushing her towards you. I'm sorry, Reg.
It's all good. Kind of went ahead a little bit.
So this was the tribute that I was talking about, that little device or thing that's right there in the middle.
Hopefully my sentinel hits him. Did.
So yeah, you fight over this thing in order to get a pretty decent push, and I'm getting kind of low. And looks like Sonya's looking for me. And I'm dead. So the leveling up, since I'm dead, I'll take the time for it. I think you understand the whole tribute thing. But the leveling up, it's team-based. So the experience that you get with your team is all shared. But the downside, that is what I think is pretty cool about it, is you have to choose between being with your entire team on a certain occasion or having the lanes covered so you can get the experience from the minions. And it looks like we lost that tribute. And I don't think that we should be fighting this since there's only 4 of us. Oh, Diablo's here. And I'm going to turn to my expert here for a second. Is there anything that I should say about Tychus without giving away too much plot?
I so enjoy watching you scurry.
I said that. I said, without giving too much of a spoiler, she's a scumbag and a sellout. Was that about good enough without giving away the entire plot?
I think we could get a little bit of information at the beginning of Star Wars without getting serious spoilers.
Alright.
Jim more did Cardinals.
Right. And that's going into a little backstory of James Rayner.
Characters that know each other have special dialogue in this game.
Oh, that's right, yeah. So, my expert here brought up a great point. The characters who are from the same world, such as StarCraft, World of Warcraft, or Diablo, when they run into each other, they will have certain dialogues. So, on this game, there's Arthas and there's Uther, and they have a certain spat dialogue with each other when they're on the same team, and even if they're on opposite teams, when one kills the other, they'll also say something. Particularly with someone like Nova, who I know for a fact because I haven't ran into a Rayner yet when I'm on the same team with him. But particularly with Nova and Tychus, Nova will say, "Keep your eyes on the battlefield, Tychus." And Tychus will say, "A man doesn't keep a promise he can't keep."
I think Nova and Kerrigan have some dialogue as well. I think.
Yeah, I think when they're on the opposite team, Nova and Kerrigan, when Nova kills Kerrigan, I think she says, "Now who's a ghost?"
Yeah.
That's good.
So
You had best hurry.
So the game is very dynamic, and one of the cool things that always bothered me that Dota had that League didn't, but League had that Dota really didn't, was the dialogue that some characters had in League with each other that Dota rarely had, but Dota had the 3D dynamic portraits of the characters that actually moved. And this game kind of combines both of them. And I was joking about it earlier with my roommate when I said Blizzard's release of their MOBA was similar to the plotline of Godzilla, the new Godzilla movie, where Godzilla was apparently...
Are you gonna spoil Godzilla for your audience?
Uh,
Might as well.
my, I'm already halfway into the statement. I'm already halfway.
Some tribute is in
Put a
order.
spoiler alert in.
All right, spoiler alert. Animation right there. But there's these two creatures, Godzilla and like these other creatures that were alive before Earth and before humans when Earth was super radioactive. They were called alpha predatory monsters. And so there's these two monsters that apparently we were researching on or that were alive that we originally didn't think were alive. And there was a male and a female of them. And they were communicating with each other using sonic vibrations similar to how bats communicate with one another. And Godzilla, the story behind when Godzilla appears or why he appears, when the story's been about like these two new creatures is, he's been listening and he's been wanting to hunt them. And so that comes into what I was saying about Blizzard, where it was like Godzilla sitting there listening to the people bitch about League and listening to the people bitch about Dota, and then Blizzard finally said, hey, we have something for you, and here's our result. So I want to say that Blizzard of the Storm, the Heroes of the Blizzard of the Storm, Heroes of the Storm is Blizzard's way of taking a gigantic shit on Dota and League.
Unacceptable. You shall know my curse.
And it looks like that we have been cursed.
We are getting owned. What's happening?
We're getting owned. My friend Greg here put it bluntly for me. So yeah, I just killed Rainer. It doesn't seem like Tychus has said anything to him. But I know when Nova kills Rainer, she says, sorry, Marshall. So it's really cool to see that Blizzard has an active dialogue between the people of the same universe that they come from. And I'll try and see if me and Reg can set up one of those dialogues for you. It might not be this game, it might be the next map that I share for you, but Reg and I will definitely try and set up one of the character dialogues.
Yeah, they basically sit there and chat with one another.
Do they like have? Because I've only seen it as like they use one line, and then the other one uses a line in return or response, and then.
It depends on how long you're sitting there with them.
Oh, so there
Yeah,
isn't.
usually it is one line, but if you sit there with them for a few minutes, or not a few minutes, but like 30 seconds or so, usually it's small dialogue. From what I've seen, maybe
Oh yeah, so this is Tychus's ult, which I'm probably not going to be able to use that long. But essentially, Tychus's ult is where he gets into Thor and directs face with it. Well, the intention is direct face. And there's me fucking that up again.
It's rather violent.
Oh, so yeah, so these things that you're seeing me fight right now, they are part of what's called the map objectives of the game. There's the main map objective, which is usually, in this case, for this particular map, the tributes to get the
Gather
curse,
tribute. I must have it.
as this guy just said.
Your core is under attack.
But the other smaller objectives is these mercenary camps, and the mercenary camps vary in terms of difficulty for the particular team. Like, for example, this one right here is a grave golem, which requires the entire team, and here I am dying because I'm telling you what it is. this camp right here is the night camp, which is those things that you saw me just fighting before I started getting on the tangent about the camps. And then these right here are golems that throw rocks. And each camp has a varying different thing. The grave golem is more of just like a tank that kind of blows up their base, and it requires like a lot of them to kill it. The knights give buffs to your team when you push with them, and the golems are generally out of harm's reach of their turrets, and they're able to just siege them with big ass boulders.
Choose a
But yeah, this game looks pretty bleak, Reg.
Yeah. It happens.
It happens. And I have no shame of showing losses. I just cry about it later.
Learn when you lose.
I wish the people of League of Legends would learn that. Oh, okay, I'm done. Sick burn, bro.
So I don't know if you want to. Okay, you're here.
Yeah, we should probably kill that.
Showing the knights here and what they can do with.
Yeah, I was just talking about their buffs. Does that also apply to the minions?
It does. It applies
Who
to
can
everything in
gather
that
this
aura.
one, I wonder?
And it's this one that I'm attacking right now. Who does it? If you kill
Yeah,
that
the
one, then
mage.
everything else doesn't get it. Obviously.
Yeah, the mage. Well, let's go fuck up Sonya here while we try and get their grave going. Oh, I killed her! Yeah! So manly with my minigun. And here comes the rest of the team. Nice.
Get in there to do that.
Nice. So we just lost the golem, and they have a golem currently beating our base. 8, and the health for the core is right up there.
That Lele is just so broken.
She's gonna get nerfed.
And there's the big old defeat symbol. Level up and get gold.
Not only can she heal AoE, but her AoE heals do more healing than I can do here.
So as you guys are seeing right now on my screen, there's the level. Right now I'm 35, so I have been playing this game for a while. I got it in about 2 weeks ago. But each game you complete objectives, some related to the characters, some are just dailies given to you by Blizzard or the system that you have to do. And they also give you gold. Unlike League, you don't get LP or IP every single game, and instead you get gold depending on quests that you complete, and then you buy the characters for gold. So I'll take a quick tangent since that game is relatively short to show you the shop. So there is real money and there's also gold. And this will be the only time I show you, but here's every champion hero. Sorry, my head is stuck in League right now. Here's every hero, and the symbol next to these heroes means that they're free for that week. So, game 2 coming up. If you look closely, there's a wild magma heart after its nap. And here, we're lucky enough to witness its mating call.
Hey! Where are the Chinos?